have been very harsh with people if I have to meet, if there were certain deadlines. The profession that I am presently in, or I have been, is a very women dominated profession. How people view our accomplishments, that we have stopped speaking to ourselves. Why I made myself being part of a situation like this. It's like a spiral that keeps on moving till I'm able to achieve some concrete outcomes. I'll keep
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates. Hi everyone, my name is Anita and I welcome you all on INKPOTHUB Media once again. So it is in the series of International Women's Day, the month of March, we celebrate with women researchers. And while I was discussing about the initiative and plan with my team member Nandini shared a very interesting quotation by Michelle Obama that there is a power in allowing yourself to be known and heard, in owning your unique story, in using your authentic voice, and which truly reflects with the personality, with the professor, with the researcher we are having today. I am going to welcome Professor Kokil Jain today. Professor Kokil, welcome. I'm so happy that you are here with us.
Thank you. I'm equally happy. I should say I'm more than happy to be part of the Inkpot Hub and this interview. This is actually a dream come true. Speaking to you and Anita, there have been conversations outside this interview, and every time I've met you, I've learned something new. So it's really, really exciting to be here today.
I'm equally excited and I'm so happy. I was waiting for this interaction to happen. Professor Kokil, you are working right now with FIIB as a professor of marketing, and in your entire 18 years of academic journey, you have published in A star, A category, and this is so inspirational to see that your work has been published in great journals. And I would like to know your journey. Like, why did you think of academia in the first place and becoming a researcher after that? Tell me more about it.
Okay, so I never wanted to be in academics because I
Uh-huh.
come from a family where almost everybody is in academics. My father retired as Director Higher Education Uttarakhand. My grandfather was a vice chancellor. My mother was a teacher. So they were all teachers around me, and I thought that I'll never become a teacher. But then, as luck has it, I became a teacher. But then the very day I became a teacher, I realized how important this job is. During all my childhood, I've seen my father. He was a very, very committed teacher, and I've seen him, preparing for his lectures, uh, committing himself around 4 to 5 hours every single day. And somewhere inherently, we were absorbing that. When I became a teacher, I thought and I promised myself that I'll give my best. There were initial hiccups, of course, because when you're young and you're teaching an MBA program, nobody takes you seriously. But then I realized the more you work hard on yourself, the stronger you are in terms of concept. Definitely, people are going to accept you. So initially, of course, I did not get good feedback. Let me tell you. I worked for a college for 3-4 months, and they asked me to leave after that. Said, okay, the feedback is not good, and I got so disappointed. But after that, I did join an institution where I got a lot of support. The director was a woman, and she understood all the challenges that I was facing. I had taken some break, but then she encouraged me and provided me all the possible resources. And somewhere I developed, this liking for teaching. The students were excellent, and I started getting good feedback, and from there the journey began, and I never looked back. So teaching was always there, but research came much later.
What was that life-changing moment for you?
Normally, if you see in India, I don't want to generalize or stereotype it, but then yes, never ever there was a pure research culture across India. There were some institutions which are very focused on research, others were more focused on teaching and administration. And you tend to align yourself what the organization wants, but you're always researching for your classes. You're always reading articles and ensuring that you are, putting some good stuff when you go and teach, quoting some good examples. So therefore, I was enjoying my life as a teacher, as an administration. There was no problem. There was a visit by there was a foreign delegate that came to our university, and there were a lot of introductions. I was introduced. We had these initial conversations, and there was this talk of research collaborations. I talked, and there was a lot of initial positive vibes about it. Then I wrote to them, yes, I'm interested to collaborate, and I did not get any answer from them. And I was worried that why, the conversations were all good. They were very interested in the ideas. Why did it not move further? And then I realized probably it is because I haven't published anything. There
Oh,
wasn't good work that I have done. Just speaking and sharing your thoughts is not enough for anybody to believe in you. And therefore at that point in time, I felt so powerless, and I felt that why I made myself being part of a situation like this.
mhm.
Am I not capable of publishing good work? If I'm a good teacher, I'm equally capable of uh, publishing something good. And that was a life changing moment for me, and I realized that I have to work really, really hard to publish some good
Mhm.
work. And I sought a lot of help. I reached out to many people and I asked कि कैसे research होगा, ये कैसे होगा, and all those things. And I realized people were ready to help, but it did not lead me to anything. And then I realized that it has to be done by myself. Nobody is going to help me in publishing a paper. It is my lone journey. It is my soul journey, and I have to do it on my own. I have to learn it on my own. I have to understand what are the softwares that are available, and what is the kind of thought evolution that is happening in my field. And I started working towards it. I attended Professor Neeraj Kaushik's workshop. He's considered to be an excellent teacher, and he holds a lot of workshop. And that workshop changed me. The way he taught structure equation modeling, and that was so easy. That was the only block that I had in my mind. I had ideas, I had thoughts, but when it came to these softwares and these modeling, I was finding myself handicapped. After I attended this workshop, I found things so easy for me, and I had this confidence. And yes, from there it moved. और कहते हैं ना कि जब आप किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहो, तो भगवान, पूरी कायनात आपको लग जाती है उससे मिलवाने की. So I should
मैं
say,
100% बिलीव करती हूँ इस फिलोसफी के अंदर एंड आई बिलीव that when we really wish for something, things definitely move and finally it happens. मैं एक सवाल आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी यहाँ पे. So this question is around um, those women who helped you in this journey. If you would like to share their names and if you wish to thank them through this video, I will be very happy to know those females who helped you in this journey.
okay, the first and foremost, of course, is my mother.
Uh-huh.
I think she never lost faith in me, never ever. Till today, she is so supportive of what I do. And there have been ups and downs, but she always have this kind of undying faith in me that I'll do good. So of course, first is my mother, and of course my sister. They are the pillars behind me. My family, even my mother-in-law, she's so supportive of what I do, and my sister-in-law. So I'm very lucky in terms of my family, all the support and all the encouragement. My first director, Professor Shefali Gautam, she's been very, very encouraging. She said that you can do it. But then in Amity, when I was with Amity, Professor Bhavna Kumar, I think she put in a lot of confidence in me in terms of research. She said, you can do it. I remember there was a paper presentation in IT Delhi, and I said, ma'am, should I go or not? I do not know what is going to happen. It is IIT Delhi. So she said, why? What is IIT Delhi? Go and give it. And I did it, and I almost was amongst the top presenters in the conference. So yes, I should say Professor Bhavna Kumar, she has been a mentor, and she always will remain one. And now in FIIB, I've met such powerful women. So my present um, uh, executive director, Ms. Radhika Srivastav, she has been so encouraging. So I'm so lucky to have all good women in my life, but I should also say I've been lucky to have all good men in my life also. A lot of
Wow.
encouragement from my men, from men in my life.
Okay, tell me more about them.
Okay, so my father, as I told you, he was director higher education. So a lot of values that I have, honesty, hard work, never giving up, remaining committed. I think we have invisibly he has that influence on us, on me and my sister. Both of us are workaholic, and sometimes our family joke around it ki bhai, all you know is work. But then yes, somewhere we realized through him that how important work is, and you have to give your 100%. My husband, I think when I was not working, he was very supportive. Even when I was working, he was supportive. Never ever I have been questioned if I have a deadline to meet. No questions have been ever asked in terms of why I'm not participating in an activity and why I'm paying more attention to my work. It has always been me and my priorities, very well defined. So my son, my husband, even my colleagues, everyone has been very, very kind and very supportive.
Mhm. So I'm going to ask you a very difficult question here. This question is, I'm sure my team has not shared it with you, but I want to ask this question.
No, no, please.
Uh, did you break any bias around these challenges which you experienced?
Uh, I said I might not have realized, but probably I've broken. But then, if you will see the profession that I am presently in, or I have been, is a very women dominated profession.
Hmm.
Uh, um, but I come from a family. We are two sisters. There was uh, there was our father was the only male in the family, and therefore the kind of upbringing I've got is very similar to that. Never ever we have been discriminated, and we have never ever been told, okay, ye ladkiyon ka kaam hai, ye ladkon ka kaam hai. So somewhere in my organization also, I have positioned myself in a similar way. I go to an organization not thinking I'm a woman, but thinking that yes, I'm an individual, and I have to deal with everyone, irrespective of who I am in terms of my gender. So probably in that ways, I might have broken some stereotypes. I'm have been very harsh with people if I have to meet, if there were certain deadlines.
Okay.
So yes.
Wow. Okay. What keeps you motivated?
Okay. It might look very simple, but it's a tough question. What keeps me motivated? I think my family keeps me motivated. My work keeps me motivated. Accolades, of course, keeps me motivated. When you get a paper publication mail in your paper acceptance mail in your inbox, yes, it keeps me motivated. But Anita, I should tell you here that I realized lately that sometimes we have become so outwardly focused, and we are so driven by how people view our accomplishments that we have stopped speaking to ourselves. So I think that inner motivation is something which I'm working on presently. Whether I get appreciation from outside or not, I need to ensure that a journey that I have promised to myself, I have to take. So maybe there are no external motivators around you, but internally you're committed to yourself. But I think my biggest motivator is my family. Whenever I'm down, they are all there to pamper me,
Mhm.
gift me things, take me out for dinner, make
Wow.
me feel so special that I'm back to.
Great.
uh,
Great. Okay, so because you are coming from marketing research and you have vast experience in that domain, I would like to know three book suggestions from you. So, young potential research scholars, what should they read to prepare themselves to become scholar in the area of marketing, or in general, if you would like to talk about that?
Yes. So there are some books that I love, and that are not possibly only research books. I'm driven by the idea behind the book. I'm driven by how unique the idea is, how passionate the author has been to project that idea and present that idea to the audience. And I think the number one book that I would recommend to every marketing person to read is Different by Youngmi Moon. Professor Youngmi Moon is a professor with Harvard Business School, and Such a wonderful book it is. I think I have read it multiple times, but every time I read it, I tend to read it again and again. And, I get some newer insights every time I read it. So number one book is different. Please do read it. Everybody who is in the area of marketing should read it. You'll enjoy reading it. Then there is this very interesting, I basically research in the area of consumer psychology. So anything which is related to psychology, I inherently move towards that. So there's this book by Dan Earle, which is Predictably Irrational. It's an excellent, excellent book, very interesting read. And again, the more you read, the more you find it useful and interesting, and going back to it again and again. Then lately, I have developed a lot of interest towards qualitative research. Thanks to you, of course. And so I came across these two authors who have done some excellent work in the area of qualitative research. So one is Philip Adu, Professor Philip Adu. I think he has a dedicated YouTube channel, and he has also published a book on qualitative research, which is an excellent book for anybody who's starting his or her journey in qualitative research. And another one I follow is Professor Virginia Brown and Professor Victoria Clark. I think they have done some excellent work when it concerns writing paper in qualitative research or writing books on qualitative research. So these are my best reads.
Okay, nice. I think I will read the first one, and I love the name of that book, so I'll start reading that book.
And there's a
And
podcast also,
uh-huh.
After Hours.
Okay.
So you should definitely.
Certainly, I will, and other people, I'll also request them to read the book. So, coming to a very difficult question yet again. So, this question is related to post-COVID scenarios, and because you are a professor of marketing, what potential three topics of research which you think are going to evolve now, and researchers should take those topics or those domains um, in consideration to publish, and which you think that these are going to be some upcoming burning hot topics to pursue research?
Okay. So I'm talking in terms of course, the publishing potential of the topics, but also as researchers, we should focus on these topics. I think it is very important. As researchers, we have a lot of responsibility in terms of bringing out what should be read. So I think one thing that I feel is important for us to speak about is mindful consumption. And I feel after pandemic, we have become very mindful as far as what our consumption is and how it is affecting people around us, planet around us. I think so. One area is, of course, mindful consumption, and very related to that is well-being. I think there has been a lot of discussions around personal well-being and related areas. So I think this is one interesting area, and as researchers, we need to speak about it. Another thing, of course, again, thanks to you, is something which I'm very passionate about right now is diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think it has to be spoken about. We are celebrating Women's Day and we're talking about gender equality. And I was reading this very interesting article which says that not even a single country across the globe can say that we have gender equality. So I think we as researchers needs to speak about equity, inclusivity, diversity, all form of inclusivity, equity, and diversity. I think it's very important that a lot of conversations should happen around it. We're
Mm-hmm.
moving towards digital spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Equity, inclusivity in digital spaces. We're talking about metaverse today. What about equity there? What about inclusivity there?
Mm-hmm.
And we are working on a very interesting project which talks about inclusivity in a digital
Okay.
space, of course.
Okay.
And the third thing, of course, is I think everybody is working, but I still find a lot of potential in this area is new technologies, cutting edge technology. So how these will evolve, what kind of inertia, what kind of friction of their adoption, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
human factor, a lot of psychology. We talk
Mm-hmm.
about social robots, we talk about artificial intelligence. There again, there is a lot of psychology of acceptance involved there. So I think this is one area that's going to remain active as it is right now.
Okay, I have seen a couple of articles, research papers of yours, which talks about the last point. Very interesting work you have done already in this space. And I am actually observing these upcoming themes, and I'm asking those people who are into these upcoming themes. So I'm sure you are going to be one of the authorities in these three domains in the coming
I
times.
wish. I
Yeah,
wish.
you will be. I'm very sure about it. About after all this serious conversation, I would like to ask you a couple of
And
interesting questions now.
one thing, sorry, Anita, I missed a very important name to mention
Huh.
while we were talking about all the important men in your life who have made this research journey very possible. I think my co-author, Dr. Abhishek Behel, he has been the rock solid support always. So I do not know how did I forget to mention, but yes, he has been such a hardworking soul, all supportive. And of course, my another co-author, Isha, she started her journey as a research scholar under me, but today, we are a team, a very, very strong team.
Mhm.
So sorry I
So
missed those.
to the audience, I would like to share that with Abhishek, we have done two interviews already. So somewhere we are going to link up over here so that the audience can go and check Professor Abhishek's video as well. And in the coming times, we are going to discuss Professor Isha's story as well. So that is in the pipeline. We are going to have her here on boarded on our research storyboard.
Such a
So
proud moment. Yeah.
yes. So let's talk some fun part. What is the meaning of Kokil?
Okay, Kokil is the name of a bird. And my mom visited someone, and Jonki Bhabi thi, she was very sweet, and name was Kokil. So my
Uh-huh.
mother was pregnant with me, and she said if she will have a daughter, she will name her Kokil.
Okay, okay.
So, but I cannot sing. Although my name is Kokil, and Kokil is known to be, a bird who can sing very sweetly
Huh.
and very melodiously, but I'm someone who cannot sing. But yes.
Okay, nice. Okay, so when you feel overwhelmed, what do you do?
Okay. Um, I go for shopping. That is
So
something which I
research wala part which you just mentioned, mindful consumption. So what happened to that?
no, I end up purchasing products which are organic in
Okay.
nature, which are natural, of course. But yes, of course, mindful consumption is there, but shopping is something which helps you. And another thing is music. I think I derive a lot of power from good music.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes, these are
Okay.
two
So, do you
things.
have any absurd habit that has made you productive in that?
Uh, I'm a night person. I'm not a early morning riser kind of a person. So I if an idea is there in my head, it keeps moving. It's like a spiral that keeps on moving, moving, moving till I'm able to achieve some concrete outcomes. I'll keep sharing those ideas. I'll pick everybody's mind, and I'll keep sharing that idea with my co-authors and my son, of course, who is someone who always listens to my ideas and say, okay, mom, this is how you can do it. This is not a workable idea. And I realized that I was initially very focused towards LinkedIn, but lately I realized that LinkedIn has become a very negative kind of a platform where everybody is only talking about success stories. So therefore Twitter is something which I completely rely. I think the best part of Twitter is you can follow anyone, of course, although LinkedIn has also introduced that. And but the kind of conversations that are happening on LinkedIn, for example, Professor Youngmi Moon, I can follow her, I can see what she's thinking about, I can just have a conversation with her, and everybody's it's a very constructive kind of like academic community over there. So in the night I spend at least an hour on Twitter, and I tend to pick up a lot of ideas from there, and then I go back and discuss and keep bothering everyone till I get a concrete outcome.
Okay. Nice. Um, my next question, because you like to shop. So, what are your latest purchases under 5,000, which has made your life better as a researcher and at home?
Okay. it might not be under 5,000, but it was a gift. So I'll assume it's free of cost for me. So my sister gifted me a MacBook, and that has changed my life as a researcher completely, completely. I think I have become 10 times more productive than I was. And now I cannot survive without my MacBook. I think she played a very important role in whatever I've achieved in terms of my research. So that MacBook that I have came free of cost because it was a gift from her. But yes, it has completely transformed my work and how I manage it. It has made me very, very productive, and I love the technology.
I will also request my sister to gift something like this to me free of cost, which will increase my productivity. I'll
We
definitely
should.
ask her.
All
I
sisters.
wish we should have sisters like you have. I'll just show this thing to my sister as well. So, okay, do you read on Kindle or physical books? Do you prefer Kindle or
uh,
physical books?
Kindle, which was again gifted by my sister. But
I'm
now
sure.
I normally
Can she adopt me?
all the gadgets that I have, this Apple Watch, my phone, my MacBook, all gifted by me, all
I'm ready for
sponsored by me.
adoption. Please ask her to adopt me.
There's a long queue.
All right. So, Professor Kokil, I'm so happy after this interaction. I'm feeling so thrilled and excited. Thank you so much for taking time out and sharing your journey and interesting insights around your life.
Thank you. It was lovely being part of INKPOTHUB. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you.
It's great to see you all here. Thank you for watching our work. If you have not subscribed to INKPOTHUB Media, then please hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel and support research celebrations in India.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.